Bro, after you. First one's here. Nice. Bro, I'm moving slow today. I was up in the middle of the night for an hour and a half. Second coffee already, and it's 8:09. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through the day. There's more switches. These are all on. There we go. How do we do these ones? That's the question. Nice. Another switch. I'm learning. I haven't turned these lights on in a while. All right, cool. I gotta take care of a couple of things before people get here. So what I do every morning, and I talked about this in a different vlog, is I always have like 3 to 5 things that are absolute, have to get done for the day. And if I don't, then my day just gets like taken away from me with emails and calls and stuff. So I have a couple of things. We talked about the $1.7 million deal a few videos ago. I'm following up with them because we're doing like paperwork and contractual stuff right now. And then a couple other tasks. So let me dive into this real quick and then we'll get back to some stuff.
For this life I cannot change. It is.
We only need to do 500,000 in sales in the next 5 days. Super achievable number. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that.
Pop it, let it bang.
When I was younger, I used to detail cars out of there. Like I would go to some of the people that work for us, ask them if they wanted to detail. But I was like a kid, so they would say, yeah.
Sweet like candy cane.
It's just a pain in the ass. It's just what happened. So, you know, it is what it is right now. But of course, we had a meeting with them to figure out like why did this happen and how do we correct it moving forward.
Feel just how I be.
So my goal now is like from a strategic standpoint, stay in touch with the customer, keep the communication going. Like don't let the energy die. Otherwise, it just kind of shifts the vibe of a deal.
You in the mob, soon as you rock the chain.
This is like right around the time I get very tired. So when everybody's on lunch, I jump in a cold plunge, lay out for like 10 minutes in the sun. I'll say another challenge is putting in so much work and not seeing results yet. But here we go, I'm like already getting texts like we have a C-suite meeting this morning, someone's out, are we canceling it? Like this is how the day starts to get crazy. Now thankfully that's a good thing, but man, stuff starts to happen fast. It's only 8:10. When I'm in Florida, I have a, what's it called? An electronic whiteboard, and every morning that's where I start with those like 3 to 5 most important things. We don't have that here, so we're gonna work with this. Let's put this over here. So 1.7 M deal. And then I have another one, I don't think I mentioned, but it's a $300,000 deal for a napkin, almost like it's this brown one in there and it goes into that dispenser. You pull it out of the top like Starbucks, McDonald's. So I got the pricing approved and now I need to make sure we get the samples going. So we need to talk to our team about that. So let's go with napkin samples. I'm always trying to keep these deals moving forward as fast as I can without, you know, disrupting any details. So that, what else? Oh, we did a last minute impromptu meeting this morning. We're gonna do it at 8:45, and that's just to talk about hitting our monthly goal. So I'd mentioned to you, we only need to do, I say only, 500,000 in sales in the next 5 days. Super achievable number. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that. But right now, I wanna make sure the team focuses on that. The whole theme of the meeting is gonna be at the end of these 5 days, can we say we did everything possible to hit it? So even if we don't hit it, then we do everything we could that's in our control. So that's super important. I think that's it for now. Let's see.
Film some videos, right?
Well, film some videos for sure. Goes without saying. Here, we'll just do videos. Boom. Okay, there's our day. If we do all this, we win the day.
Yeah, birds in the trap, they gon' stink. Mara serving the act out of big bottle.
The economical dispenser napkin we've been working on. Customer approved the pricing for now and needs samples as soon as possible. So my question to you is, what does that process look like?
We ordered trial books already. So I'm guessing in the next 2 weeks, the mill's gonna be on a craft run soon from what I was told. So within the next 2 weeks, we can get the rolls and run samples.
So that's great. So will you be able to have them shipped to us within 2 weeks, or you'll receive the material within 2 weeks? Like, what exactly is the 2 weeks?
We'll receive the material within 2 weeks, and then we'll try to run it as soon as we can after they come in, and then ship them to you.
Okay. Do you have an idea of, if the material's there in 2 weeks, how long you think you need to produce the samples? I just want to give my customer a ballpark here so he's not hanging.
I would say within 3 days. You know, I don't know what kind of run we're gonna be on when the rolls arrive. So I'm hoping within 3 days we can run something for you.
Okay, that's great. And just so you know, at the price point that we gave him, since we're going up against an import product, he's currently looking at this as a bridge the gap solution before the imports are available, which means we have probably, I would say, 120 days worth of fulfilling this via you. And then my goal is gonna be to figure out how to not go with the import and just try to keep it here. But right now he's gonna be breaking even based on what I gave him. So I'm gonna try to figure that out. I'm kind of just sharing that with you transparently.
Okay. All right. When that time comes, just keep me informed. See if we could get something done. I don't know if we have to be more creative to figure out how to keep the business. Let's talk about it together when that time comes.
Absolutely. I'd much rather fulfill this, in the States than overseas. So, yeah, that's great. I appreciate the help. Keep me posted on the timing of the samples. Let's really stay on these guys, the mill, because I think timing is of the essence here.
No problem.
All right. Thank you. Anything else we can do on our end?
Do you run like air late or something for this? Like, what do you do? Other items that we don't do?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, our entire non-woven line, I think, would probably be a fit. But we do all the airlay, guest towels, linen-like napkins. We can put it on a roll. We do DRC, other substrates as well, wood pulp, polypropylene. I mean, you name it.
Okay. So yeah, we'll have to keep the matter in mind. Right now, on any of like the standard items, we have right now a mission to just sell out everything on that machine.
Okay. All right, I appreciate it. We're still looking in on our end if it makes sense to do the hard wounds with you, so I'll get back to you on that. Not bad. It's a supply partner that we can actually make the item that he's making for us, but he just has a faster machine, so we're able to get more product at a better price. And so I need samples from him for a new version of that product that we developed to help us go after that $300,000 piece of business. I guess I didn't put the price up there. So anyway, so that's exciting. What I always kind of stress about is like my customer, our customer approved the pricing, needs the product, and now, we can't get him samples for weeks, and that kills momentum. So my goal now is, like, from a strategic standpoint, stay in touch with the customer, keep the communication going, like, don't let the energy die. Otherwise, it just kind of shifts the vibe of a deal. And I've seen it happen too often where deals just die because we don't move fast enough. Bragging about how fast I'm moving, I didn't even get the, now my phone's frozen. No, now my phone's cooked. Yeah, just like a lot of good stuff moving on. I really like when, like this morning we met with David, gave him some initiative on some things to work on. So he's working on like customers that are in the application stage, like what's going on there. And I just saw an email that like some of them are actually further along than that, which is great news. So we're working on getting those orders. And then there's a deal that's been sitting in some of these stages for months, and they had a meeting with the customer yesterday. David proactively did this with one of our sales reps, and we're supposed to be getting that order next week. So this is just like a lot of stuff just moving along quickly, and then I just had the call with that customer that got me some information I needed so I can update his pricing. That'll be a new customer we bring on, and then I'll pass that along to a different account executive to handle. But I always like to have, for myself, I have 2 accounts that I manage full time, and then I will always do some level of sales, and I'll either like bring in the lead and then pass it along, or I'll close the account and pass it along. 1, because I enjoy it. 2, like I want my team to know I'm in this with them also. 3, I use it as testing for like new strategies, new approaches, new angles to get sales closed. And then I'll pass it along. So for the one today, I'll close that deal, and then I'll give that to another account executive to manage and then grow the account.
Just cool, it's calm, I didn't run, I got heart. My girl is art, my wrist is art.
All right, so this call is a 15-minute call to get the team basically hyped up for the rest of the month. We got 5 days left. They need to do 500K in sales. They could literally do that in a day, but I don't want to just hope that it happens. So we're gonna have this call, just kind of get them hyped up, keep everybody on track. It's very easy to get distracted. I mean, we all know that feeling of just a million things coming in. So it's important that they're prioritizing highest leverage things they can do that are gonna yield us the best results for the next 5 days. So far they've hit every one of their goals up until right now. And so, another 500K and they're gonna hit their goal again, which is great. And our revenue goals for them each quarter grow bigger and bigger. So next quarter, they're gonna have even larger goals and they're hitting everything. So let's just keep it moving. Awesome, well, good morning everybody. Thanks for jumping on real quick. This is gonna be a super short meeting. I just wanted to raise awareness to everyone that we've got 5 business days left in the month. And as a team, we need to do 500K in sales, highly achievable. You guys have done that. I've seen it happen in a day. So it's definitely achievable. But the purpose of this is I want us all to be able to walk away at the end of these 5 days saying we did everything that we could to try to achieve it, whether we hit it or not. So that should be like your benchmark, your North Star for the next 5 days is am I choosing the right tasks and making the right choices to try to hit this goal? So for example, if a new lead comes in today, you're not gonna close that in the next 5 days. That's not a priority over things that have already been worked on, things that are further down, things where the samples have been approved and are waiting, where credit app is being approved. If you guys need help getting a credit app in to get an order, let me know. So if we look at our deal pipeline and we look all the way to the right, those are the deals that are closest to the finish line. Let's get them through. Sonia, while you're doing calls, you want to be looking for people on 2.1s that clearly should have ordered this month already. Those should be your priority. So if you see that they haven't ordered this month, start with those. If they've already ordered this month and you're doing a routine check-in, skip that for the next 5 days. Just find people that should have ordered in this month and haven't yet. Or have already ordered in the beginning, but are typically, placing 2 orders in a month. Who knows? That should be your focus also. And then, of course, Will, you're just supporting the team and whatever they're trying to get accomplished. Does anyone have any questions on that? Does that make sense? All good? David sent you guys an email. And by the way, I know we send a decent amount of emails, and some of them are lengthy. Read those. It's in lieu of doing meetings. So unless we want to pivot to meetings, the email so that you can read it in your own time. But I want to make sure that everybody does read them because there's really good information coming to all of you.
One-on-one pull up with 10s. One-on-one never again. One-on-one. When get the cake in the butter, I kinda like hustle the money all in.
So one of our manufacturing partners who I love. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I just found out that 4 truckloads of product, which are like 50K a pop, are all late. So that means that we're gonna get it late, our customer's gonna get it late. And it's just a pain in the ass, it's just what happened. So, it is what it is right now, but of course we had a meeting with them to figure out why did this happen and how do we correct it moving forward. So those are the frustrating things that happen in supply chain and manufacturing. They're out of our control. It's our partner's facility and they're great to us in general. But as we've grown, we've definitely seen that, it's gotten a little bit sloppier. So it's time for a meeting. We're gonna start doing more frequent calls with them. But that just happened right now. So that's 200K that would have shipped on time that now isn't, and so it just delays it. Makes the customer upset, and we just had this problem 2 weeks ago with the customer. So to have it again is oh my gosh. So thankfully we have a good relationship with the customer. We do have some good course correction here, but it's just frustrating, and you never want to let down your customer. So
what actually caused that delay?
I think lack of organization on the production side. Just not paying attention, not having enough material ready, boxes, all the components. To be fair, we basically doubled our volume with them overnight. So we went from I'm just gonna ballpark this, but 100 and some thousand a month to double that, out of nowhere. So of course they weren't exactly prepared for it. But then even once we gave, they should have told us these things are gonna be delayed way sooner than today. They knew it was gonna be delayed, they didn't tell us. So we'll work through it, but these are just the things that happen. And by the way, years ago, I wouldn't have shared this because I would have felt oh, the perception is they're not organized or whatever. No, this is the reality. Everybody goes through it, but it's how you handle it, how you communicate with the customer, and then how you communicate with your partner, come up with a plan that makes the biggest difference. So I'm messaging with one of my team members now just to, like, don't say anything to the customer yet. Let's go over a couple details first, and then we'll let them know. We had something happen the other day. I called a lead that came in from our website, which I haven't done in years, and she was super impressed with how quickly we called. But by the end of the phone call, I could tell that her perception of us was just really high. Like, she probably thought that, like, we move quickly, we're organized, we're knowledgeable, and that's just because of the 15-minute conversation we had. And when I hung up, I was thinking, like, you know, I'm sending her samples after this, and she now wants the samples to work because she wants to buy from us because she likes who we are. So that's where you want to get to. Like, she's now she will probably be convincing herself to buy from us because of the experience she had on the first call with us. Like, that's what I want every one of our customers to feel. That's like, to me, that's like the top. Now they're convincing themselves.
Yeah.
That's the best.
I mean, samples probably go better when they already want to buy from you, right?
I mean, imagine if she hated me and then I send her samples. How they sample, they probably suck even if they don't.
Yeah.
So the opposite is true. If she really likes you, then, you know, it's just perception. Yeah, that's all.
Dollar bought a brand new watch. Dollar might run from the cops. Dollar get a look from his pops.
So normally when I'm in Florida around this time, so it's like almost 1 o'clock. So this is like right around the time I get very tired. So when everybody's on lunch, I jump in a cold plunge, lay out for like 10 minutes in the sun, refresh, get right back to it. But here, we gotta go on a coffee run instead. Old fashioned.
So you guys own that building?
Yeah, we own both. This is just on the property, so we own this too. It's funny, before we had someone in there, when I was younger, I used to detail cars out of there. Like, I would go to some of the people that work for us, ask them if they wanted a detail, but I was like a kid, so they would say yeah. But that the car that you saw in that picture in my old office, the Infiniti, when I wanted to upgrade it, I really wanted to get a BMW and I couldn't afford one, so I started a car detail company, and I was doing like high-end stuff like ceramic coating and clay barring. I didn't do ceramic coating, I did clay barring, and then I would do like waxing, polishing, all that good stuff. Yeah. And that's how I saved up for the first BMW.
But what do you think is like one of the biggest challenges in your job in running this company?
I think that one of the biggest challenges is dealing with all of the different personalities of everybody. Managing people is really difficult, and you know, people have a lot going on in their personal lives and their professional lives. There's things going on with customers, and all of that just creates a lot of dynamic that you have to deal with. And I really want everybody to always feel happy. Like, I want them to enjoy what they do. I want them to feel happy. And so sometimes, even if it's out of my control that they're not, or things aren't, you know, a customer has an issue or something, you know, I take that personally often. So I think that's why it can be challenging for me. But I also think it's a strong suit also, because I try to, you know, do everything I can so that they enjoy their job. But it's definitely a challenge. I'll say another challenge is putting in so much work and not seeing results yet. Like delayed gratification. And despite the fact that I've worked on it, it's still really hard. And sometimes we put in work on deals that it's like, it's a gamble. You know, you never know if you're gonna get them, and we spend months and months and months. And that's really difficult because it makes you feel like you lose hope or you're let down, and you can't do that. Like, you gotta stay positive and just it's persistence. It goes right back to persistence. Just keep pushing forward, but that's really difficult, and that can be pretty draining, you know, to deal with that. Thank you, bye. Thanks. 100% messed up, and I thought we were going somewhere else and we wound up here. No disrespect to this place, but I don't think they're known for coffee. I can tell. Let's go to the other place. We'll see how that is. Might have to toss these. It's pretty bad.
You have to rate this one on 1 to 10 and the next one.
Well, I'll give you this one right now. Let me do one more sip here. Bro, this is like a 2.2 out of 10. Go in the front, we'll get the full experience. Vibe is already way better.
Yeah.
It's a good place.
Oh, if you could be in a different industry, what would you want to be in?
Really good question. One time I was going on a walk with my buddy in Andor, and we were walking by these crazy houses in Florida, and I was looking on Zillow at the price, and the one that we walked by was $20 million, which, by the way, I don't have a desire to have a $20 million house, but we were walking by, so I was like, I wonder how much money you have to make to be able to buy a $20 million house. So we go on ChatGPT or Claude, and we start working backwards. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Gotta rate this too. We start working backwards, and it's like you need to make X amount a year. And then I was like, okay, well, how much would my business need to be making for me to personally be making this much money? And that's dependent on the industry. And manufacturing was pretty low margin, so your business had to make like crazy money. So anyway, we went through all these different industries. Tech was a good one where like the margins are good, but consulting was really high up on margin. It was like 80+% margins, and I love that concept is sharing, like taking my experiences, my wisdom, whatever I have, and it doesn't mean I have the most, it's just what I have, and being able to help someone else with it. So I'd go into consulting like 100%. And I currently do have, obviously this is our main business and this is what I focus on all day, but I do consult on the side, and I have clients that I coach, and I take 5 on at a time, and I help them grow their businesses. Like I help them scale, I help them remove themselves from their business. Basically everything that I've done in ours, I help them apply to theirs. So if you want coaching, there's a link below. But again, it's like not my main thing. Like I run the business, and I think that's what's unique about the fact that I offer it. Is a lot of coaches are just coaches. Like I'm business first, coach second.
Would you want to coach like business owners that are manufacturers, or it doesn't matter, like any?
It doesn't matter to me what industry they're in, but I won't just take on anybody. Like if someone came to me with some really like obscure business and I didn't understand it, I'd be like, listen, like I'm not your guy because I don't get it.
Yeah.
But like I have a client that does commercial cleaning in Manhattan. I have a client that owns like a restaurant/nightclub in Toronto. I have a client that owns a white t-shirt company, all e-commerce. So for me, it doesn't matter. Like I understand like the fundamentals of how business works. And the truth is most of these businesses, because I work with companies that are anywhere from 1 to 10 million in sales, most of them, it just has to do with the owner becoming more knowledgeable and sharper as a business person. It's not so much about the actual business. So it's easy to coach on. And I've done so much of that work, on myself that I can now help other people do it. All right, let me try this real quick. Same, bro. I don't know if I want to do this while I'm here. Out of 10. I'm dead serious. I can't make this up. Bro, I honestly think the coffee at the first spot was better. Not the first spot today, the one from a couple weeks ago. All right, anyway, I'm still grateful for the caffeine.
All I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Show the world, ain't it funny? I'm one of a kind.